Many of us dream of having a flat stomach or those coveted visible abs. Traditionally, we've been told to train with low reps for strength, moderate reps for muscle, and high reps for toning. But you know, this video is here to challenge that advice. Now, it's important to understand that achieving the ideal body fat percentage often comes with a lifestyle cost. In this video, we'll explore what it actually takes to reach different body fat percentages, like 20%, 15%, and 10%. We'll help you understand what's realistic and sustainable for you. At 20% body fat, you're leaner than most people. You look fit and feel healthy, and it's relatively easy to maintain. The positives: you look good in clothes, you're athletic enough, and you're in a healthy range for most guys. Your energy levels are good, hunger is normal, and hormones are steady. However, it's not perfect. You're not super light, you don't have visible abs, and there's the occasional desire to be leaner. Maintaining 20% body fat involves 3 to 4 workouts a week, 6 to 7,000 steps a day, and mostly clean eating with some room for occasional treats. This level is achievable with moderate effort and allows for a relatively normal social life with just minor modifications. The decision to go further and the shift in lifestyle. At 15% body fat, you start to notice some significant changes. Your face looks sharper, your clothes fit better, and you might even get a few more compliments. In the gym, your leaner appearance stands out. But it's not just about looks. There are some great health benefits too. Your blood sugar levels are very good, your testosterone is high, your blood pressure is normal, and you have low visceral fat. All these factors contribute to a healthier you. Now let's talk about the effort required to maintain this level. Tracking calories daily becomes essential. Meal planning and purposeful grocery shopping are a must. You'll find yourself budgeting calories like you budget money. Social events and eating out can be tricky. You might skip starters and desserts, opt for grilled options, limit alcohol, and even pre-check menus before heading out. Structured eating becomes crucial to avoid those hunger pangs. Reaching and maintaining 15% body fat also means a significant increase in your activity levels. You'll be aiming for 12 to 15,000 steps daily, with walks in the morning, at lunch, and in the evening. It might feel like you're always walking. Even with this level of commitment, you might not have a sharp, etched six-pack. This lifestyle requires a conscious commitment and is quite different from what 90% of people are accustomed to. Reaching the cover model look often involves extreme measures. At this level, you'll notice a full six-pack, veins that are visible, and an overall very lean appearance. While this look can attract a lot of attention, it can also bring about feelings of insecurity. There are significant downsides to maintaining such extreme leanness. Your social life might take a hit as you become obsessed with calories. The potential for food binges increases, and food becomes a primary source of joy. Extreme dietary restrictions come into play, with meticulous tracking and small mistakes having a big impact, making it difficult to enjoy social eating. Achieving and maintaining 10% body fat requires very high activity levels, often over 18,000 steps daily, which can lead to moodiness and irritability. There are also negative impacts on health, such as always feeling cold, a low libido, and potential declines in testosterone and thyroid levels. Sleep disturbances and decreased gym performance are common, along with constant fatigue. Ultimately, you might realize that the aesthetic benefit is not worth the overall cost. Introducing insights from multiple nutrition experts on effective fat loss. Fat loss fundamentally comes from an energy deficit, meaning you need to consume fewer calories than you expend. While body fat percentage can decrease with muscle gain at maintenance calories, an energy deficit is needed for overall fat loss. It's important to maximize fat loss while minimizing muscle loss. Energy deficit. This is paramount. Progressive resistance exercise stimulates muscle to stay. Appropriate deficit size, generally 0.5% to 1.5% of body weight. with the lower end for those with higher body fat. Sufficient protein intake, higher than 2 grams per kilogram of body weight, or using height in centimeters as a quick guide for those with higher body fat. Appropriate cardio volume, no more than half the volume of resistance training. Limit low-intensity cardio to around 30 minutes daily and high-intensity interval sessions to 1 to 2 times per week. Avoid cardio right before training and high-impact or eccentric modalities like excessive running. While hitting macronutrient targets is key, consuming mostly single-ingredient whole foods can enhance satiety and help manage hunger compared to highly processed foods, which may also have a lower thermic effect. A balanced approach is crucial. Avoid making foods completely off limits to prevent rebound and promote long-term adherence. Focus on fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and a carbohydrate source for most meals, allowing for occasional snacks or treats within the calorie and macro targets. The difference between beach lean and ultra shredded is primarily the degree and duration of dietary restriction and diligence. Achieving extreme leanness for competition requires significant commitment and isn't generally recommended or sustainable for health-focused individuals. Even extreme fat loss adheres to the same fundamental principles: energy deficit and training, just applied more intensely and for longer. Stubborn fat is largely influenced by genetics and gender. More developed muscles can appear leaner. Continued dieting will eventually reduce stubborn fat, but reaching this point often coincides with significant discomfort and potential muscle loss, especially the first time. Subsequent attempts may be less traumatic. People often seek extreme, unsustainable strategies instead of moderate, feasible plans. Over-reliance on initial motivation and underestimation of the journey's difficulty leads to quitting. Shiny object syndrome, constantly chasing the next fad diet instead of making sustainable lifestyle tweaks. Creating repeatable habits is crucial to reduce reliance on self-control for every food decision. Designing your environment can help. Make higher-calorie foods less accessible, like out of sight or harder to reach, to reduce intake without constant conscious effort. This is often referred to as designing for laziness or choice architecture. No single best diet exists for weight loss. Adherence is the critical factor. Relapse statistics are high. 5 common strategies of successful long-term weight loss maintainers include cognitive restraint, which involves some form of conscious dietary restriction like calorie counting or time-restricted eating. Self-monitoring, such as regular self-weighing to provide feedback and allow for timely corrections, focusing on trends over weeks or months. Regular exercise, which may enhance satiety signals. Structured programs utilizing plans or guidance from nutrition coaches, dietitians, or even commercial programs can improve success compared to unstructured approaches. And low recency, which means valuing long-term goals over short-term gratification, like choosing adherence over immediate cravings. Maintaining weight loss typically allows for a higher calorie intake than during the weight loss phase. Building sustainable habits makes this less restrictive over time. Finding the least restrictive method is key. The most effective dietary approach is the one that feels the least restrictive to the individual and promotes long-term adherence. What works for one person may not work for another. Many marketed supplements claim to enhance fat oxidation, increase energy expenditure, reduce hunger, or block nutrient absorption. However, most have flaws. Potential for habituation, like with caffeine, quality control issues, side effects, or lack strong, conclusive evidence. Often, the purported benefits can be achieved through easier, more affordable methods like diet and exercise. Recommended supplements during fat loss, though not fat burners themselves, include creatine monohydrate, whey protein if needed to meet protein goals, fish oil for essential fatty acids, especially with fat restriction, and potentially a multivitamin or vitamin D if food intake is reduced. Sustainable fat loss hinges on creating a consistent energy deficit through manageable dietary changes and regular exercise, prioritizing habits over extreme measures. We must emphasize that finding a method of dietary restriction that feels least restrictive to the individual is crucial for long-term success. We encourage you to focus on building healthy habits and making gradual sustainable changes. Thank you for watching. We would love if you would like, subscribe, and comment.